Hello Scorpio, and welcome to this little corner of the internet that is Wild Fox Alchemy. I'm sitting here in my den, I've got my cup of tea. I'm Maria Gaian, if we haven't met before. I am an intuitive business success coach and tarot card reader, and I'm about to have a chat with you about October 2021. I'm going to do your finance reading across the top and a general business reading across the bottom, but as I mention every time, they're often interlinked and I get a full story once the whole of the reading has been uncovered. So, are you ready to find out what's going on in October, Scorpio? Let's get started. We start with Bat Spirit. A rebirth is assured. Fabulous. So, do you need a rebirth? Is there something that you need to change in your business? Let's have a look what the book says on this one, I think. After something has run its course and died or been released, finished, surrendered, completed or ended, there is a promise of a new beginning. Rebirth is assured just as night gives way to dawn and the bat emerges from the darkness of a womb-like cave. Bat Spirit has come to remind you that this rebirth is a miraculous one, for the very best elements of what you had to give up in the death of the old are still present in this new shining, amazing life that is forming now. This is the miracle and magic of rebirth in every aspect of your life, including the rebirth of faith in your ability to establish new and healthy relationships. Bat Spirit reminds you that at present you are in unknown territory and may feel as if you're lost. However, you are called to trust that your intuition will be a reliable guide as you give birth to something new and unfamiliar. Bat Spirit has listened in the darkness of night and has heard all your hopes and dreams, your fears and worries, and assures you that this new version of your dream, this move from darkness into light, from lost to found and death to rebirth, comes to fruition with love at its core. Bat Spirit asks you to trust that what seems to have died is actually shape-shifting into something even more meaningful and wondrous than before. If you feel that you are in the dark, know that come morning all will be revealed and things will be in a new form that is right for you. Okay. So it could be that things have felt a little bit hairy around your finances. But Bat Spirit is saying a rebirth is assured that maybe things are going to be a little bit different for you. Maybe you're creating some new products and services that are different, that are creative, that are a bit wild, and you worry that they're a bit out there. But it looks like whatever it is that you're going to produce is going to bring you some prosperity there. I feel like this rebirth is a positive thing and not a negative thing. It could be that you've created some products and services along the way that you're about to retire. You know, they're just not really for you and you've got to let them go. There's an energy of the death card a little bit around this Bat Spirit, I feel. It does feel like change is inevitable, something's lost, but it's giving space for new things to come in. Maybe what you've been offering so far has not been particularly lucrative for you, and now that's going to change, Scorpio. Or you could have had something that's been lucrative and you've just lost it, and now you're thinking, how am I going to replace that? Well, it looks like you will get a replacement and it will be bigger and better than whatever it is that you've lost. Where you need to focus your energy this month is on the Seven of Crystals, options and results. This is one that is about long-term planning. So when I see this particular card in a financial reading, I feel obliged to tell you that maybe this month is not going to be a month of windfalls. But what it is you putting in some hard work that will bring you long-term growth. You will see results, but it starts now. It's like a little seed, if you like. You've planted it, you're going to water it every day, you're going to fertilize it, and then it's not going to pop up overnight and bear fruit for you. It could be 2 or 3 months before you get your harvest. But that's what this card is saying to me. This is not about quick wins this month, Scorpio. This is about long-term work. So in line with this, if you've just lost a big client or you've lost something that was lucrative and you're looking at this rebirth, it could be that you won't fill the gap immediately. But what Spirit is saying is what you do now is important. What you focus on now is vitally important, because if you do the right things, you're looking at some good long-term growth. Okay? Your strengths, the Eight of Crystals, dedication and progress. That's a great card to follow on from, really. This is you concentrating, being productive, dedicating yourself to your skills, your craftsmanship, making sure that everything you do is absolutely spot on. You're moving forward. I feel like with this buffalo, he's quite a lumberer. He's not, sort of a fast-moving guy. But again, he's a bit slower. But he's taking his time over it. And he matches with this aardvark here. I just feel like whatever's happening is slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. They're all facing forward. They're all going forward. And that's where you're going to be. Possible obstacles, the Three of Crystals, collaboration and productivity. I couldn't actually ask for better in this reading so far, because it's all crystals, it's all material goods in your financial reading here. The Three of Crystals is about collaboration, productivity, planning, growth, skills and learning. It could be the collaboration bit that you're blocking, because this is a blockage that you're struggling with somewhere. It could be an unwillingness to work with other people. It could be a bit of confusion. I'm kind of feeling a bit of worry about what you should be focusing on. It's like I've talked about focusing on long-term results. I've talked about your strengths being your dedication to moving forward and progressing. But I do wonder if there's a little bit of anxiety or not, a feeling of not being sure which way to go, what you should be focusing on to bring this long-term growth. It's either that or it's you blocking collaboration with somebody else who could help you move forward. But don't be afraid to take a step back. Don't be afraid to take a step back and learn something new. There is an overall energy here of learning new things, of growth, of increasing skills. And it could be that you need to take a new course. Don't be afraid to go and take a course or to learn a new skill that would move you forward. Don't back out of it. I know it's easy to think you've not got a lot of time or a lot of money or a lot of energy to spend on something, but you'd be surprised. I've been playing around on something called Skillshare recently, and there are thousands of courses on there. Some are better than others, but I found some really good ones, and I needed some help with a couple of things, and I found it with Skillshare, and it's not very expensive. When you think about the amount of courses that you get for the money, it is not bad value. So, I'm not talking necessarily about you going back and doing a degree or a college course that's just, 3 years long. Unless that's something that you feel you need to do, then fine. But don't block learning. Learning is just something that is necessary for your growth. And I feel like growth is something that is a theme. Rebirth and growth, definitely. Okay, your outcome is the Temperance card, balance and harmony. This is about having a bit of patience. It can be a card of healing, but I think it's about being patient. I think, like I said, the financial outlook here is not of you winning the lottery. It's not of you just having a massive influx of cash all of a sudden. This is all about patience and taking steps that will build your long-term growth. Okay? So let's get into the business reading and see if that gives us any more information. We start with Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? How are you being called to step up and lead there, Scorpio? As business owners, we tend to have to be leaders, don't we? We have to, we can't really be followers if we're in business, because we have to take the lead on whatever's going on and be seen to be an expert at what we're doing. I'm going to have a little look at the book here on this one. I don't always have to look at a book, but sometimes I'm just drawn to, because there are words and phrases in the book that are really necessary. The Priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom and leadership, and you don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Do not underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we're all actually in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, the chances are it is because at some point in your life you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You do not need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, the peaks, the troughs. You don't need to know the way. Just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. How are you being called to step up and lead? And how can you be the leader you wish you had? Okay. Now, it could be that whatever it is that is creating this opportunity for rebirth, this assured rebirth, has knocked your confidence a little. And you could be thinking, how the hell am I supposed to lead other people when I've just lost my biggest client, or I've just lost my biggest income stream, or I was doing something that the pandemic has gotten in the way of, and now everything's just gone wrong. It's not the word that Spirit gave me, but it was rude, so I'm going to say wrong instead. It doesn't mean you can't still be a business leader. It doesn't mean that you still can't help other people in your business. I'm wondering if you're changing things completely because of whatever's happened here. Maybe it is something to do with the pandemic and your business has suffered. You know, especially if you're in tourism or if you're in the service industry, hospitality, that sort of thing. These businesses have been vastly affected. And it could be that you've just decided you can't do this anymore. Enough's enough. And now you've got to focus on doing something else that will bring in the long-term growth. And now it's, can you be a leader? Can you help people that are in the same boat as you to overcome whatever it is that you need to overcome? Is it that you've had a problem before that you've overcome yourself, and by talking about it, by being open about it, and by being vulnerable, you will allow other people to see that whatever it is they're struggling with, they can overcome too. So maybe that's a new direction in your business. Let's see what the rest of the reading says. Where you need to focus your energy is on the Two of Shells, union and harmony. This is a card of emotional connection, and I feel like this is very tied in with this now. You finding your tribe. Find the people that are seeing eye to eye and that are emotionally connected to you and your story, your history, whatever it is that your business is all about. You need to go and find them. You need to focus your energy on that, on speaking to the people that are going to listen, that want you to be a leader. This is a big reading, Scorpio, I think, so far. We've got the Knight of Crystals. This is your strength. The Knight, he's quite a slow-moving fella. He likes routine. He doesn't like to take risks. He's very good at planning, but he's also got endurance on his side. And I feel like this ties in with some of this stuff about don't be put off by the fact that you're not getting massive rewards immediately. Endure, be determined, keep pressing on, one step at a time. Poco y poco is what I keep being told, little by little, onwards, 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 and you will get somewhere. He's also facing forwards the same way as these two guys. There's something here, there's something big here, Scorpio. And I feel like it could be a change of direction for you. It could be you opening up more. Because sometimes, and I say this with love, Scorpio, you're not the most open about your feelings. You're a very passionate person. You're very deep. Deep, passionate, thoughtful. But you don't always tell people what you're thinking and feeling. You're a bit of a mystery to a lot of people. And I know I've got a daughter that's a Scorpio, and my best friend is a Scorpio. I know exactly what you're all like. Well, most of you are like. I'm not going to generalise. but you have this habit of keeping things to yourself, keeping your thoughts and feelings to yourself. But I feel like Spirit is saying to you, it's time for you to share a little bit, to be a little bit more vulnerable, so that you attract people that are in the same boat as you, and you will help them get out of whatever mess they might be in, and at the same time it will bring you long-term growth. Possible obstacles, we've got the 8 of Acorns there. And this is about moving forwards and letting things go. It's also about putting energy in and getting results. I just get the feeling that you are holding yourself back a little bit. That maybe you're tied with this rebirth, maybe you're a little bit afraid, maybe it's to do with all of this, to be honest, the fact that you need this rebirth, the fact that you need to step up and lead. I wonder if there's just a reluctance. I feel in my belly a feeling of reluctance, of not wanting to put all your energy into things. You're not sure of what the results are going to be. The outcome is the world, fulfillment and celebration. That's goals achieved, fulfillment, celebration, completion of a cycle. Your outcome cards are excellent, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to clarify, I think, these blockages, because I want to know more about this. I think the rest of the cards are pretty straightforward, but I want to know more about these obstacles. So I'm going to clarify the three of crystals, and I've got jumpers already. The energy in here this week has been phenomenal. I've got the 9 of Swords there. This is somebody who's up at night worrying, who feels like these swords are going to drop at any point and stab them in their sleep. There's worry and anxiety, but this card is also a card that is about self-empowerment. It's about there being a dark before the dawn, a light at the end of the tunnel. How often do we worry about things that never, ever even happen? Lots of times, don't we? And it doesn't happen. So whatever it is that you're worrying about, whatever it is that you're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning in a cold sweat about, like this poor dude, you know, sitting there with his head in his hands, maybe it's not what you think. Maybe by taking action you will dispel these worries and fears. And these worries and fears, I feel, are related to this 3 of crystals, this collaboration with other people. I do wonder if there's a possibility of you collaborating with somebody else, but you've had your fingers burnt and you're worrying about it. But we've got the Ace of Cups there. This is about new relationship coming in, a new way of being creative. I do think that you need to let these worries go, because they're unfounded. The results, the outcomes on both of these readings are excellent. Everything is balanced, everything is in harmony, everything's fulfilled, your wishes are fulfilled. And I feel like your anxieties, I don't want to belittle them, but I don't feel like they're valid. I just don't feel like they're valid. Got the Ace of Pentacles there. Manifesting new financial opportunities and prosperity. You need to be focusing more on that than your fears, than your worries, because prosperity is at the end there. You couldn't ask for a better card, really, for your financial aspect for your reading this month, Scorpio. So I'm going to look at this 8 of Acorns now, because I feel, again, with the business reading, it's fairly straightforward that, you know, you need to be attracting people that are in line with you, that see eye to eye to you, that feel an emotional connection with you. I feel like it's going to be slow going, but your strength will be your endurance and determination and just building this thing. Now, to clarify that, I've got the 7 of Swords. And he is, again, about taking what is helpful and leaving the rest. He's about letting things go and evaluating things. But what always strikes me about this guy is he's picked up his 5 and off he's running, but he's looking back at the 2 he's left behind. The 8 of Acorns is a very similar energy in that he needs to move forwards and let other stuff go, not be too hung up on the results. And I wonder if that's it for you. If you know, you kind of know what you want to do, but you're worrying about the results and the length of time it could be taking to get those results for you. We've got the Magician there, and the Magician there is a sign to you that you can create anything that you want. You have the power to manifest whatever it is you want, but you need to take inspired action, and that ties in, I think, with this energy. Put your energy in, take inspired action, put the energy in the right places, and you will manifest this fulfillment and celebration. It's a fabulous reading, actually, Scorpio. I think it's definitely a positive ending, and I think, well, I'm hoping that it will help to assuage your fears, because I do feel like there's a lot of fear and anxiety going on here that Spirit is saying is unfounded. I don't really feel a sense of grief over what is lost that's led to this rebirth. I don't feel like it's catastrophic. I don't feel like there's need, for a great outpouring of grief at all. I feel like it's just a case of acknowledging what's happened and just moving on. Using it as a catalyst for a rebirth and just moving forward slowly and steadily. Like I said, I don't feel like there's going to be massive windfalls this month for you, Scorpio. So I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I will never ever sugarcoat things for you, because I'm here to tell you the truth, not to tell you a load of twaddle. And otherwise every month I'd be telling you you're going to be rich, you're going to win the lottery every time, you're going to, this is the month that you're going to break millions of dollars. No. I feel like this is a month that is going to lead to bigger things if you focus properly. Focus your energy, let go of things that don't serve, and keep putting one foot in front of the other. And I do think that one of the big keys here, if you're thinking of changing what you're doing, is think about the kind of person that you needed 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. If you were struggling with something, what did you need then? And go be that for people, and just communicate that. But just be vulnerable about it, Scorpio. Don't suck all your feelings in, because there's a lot going on inside of you, and understanding your thoughts and feelings and how you've handled things in the past could be a great help to somebody. So I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. I really enjoyed doing this reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed our little chat, please do like and subscribe. Ding the little bell so that you get notifications when I bring out some more videos, which there will be some more videos soon. Not just tarot readings either, more about banishing the blocks to our business success and manifesting the kind of abundance and prosperity that we're looking for, so that we can light up the world with our businesses, basically. So, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. I'm going to leave you now with love and magic always. This is Maria Gaian signing out. Have a great month, Scorpio.